Just getting ready, checking things out, see if we got a live feed happening, and go from there. Who knows what's going to happen? There we go. We're live. And let's see what happens. This is James Maduke speaking. You're listening to another live webcast from, what are we talking about? Training sites, membership sites, everything to do with LearnDash and BuddyBoss. If you're new to the call, make sure to visit to trainingsites.io or what other one would be a good one? Trainingsites.io or teachonline.io. So what are we going to do today? We're going to be talking, if anyone comes on, I'm not really sure. If anyone does come on, we'll talk about the questions that they have. If you have any, just put them in the chat and I'll do my best to get to them. If there aren't any questions, there's a couple things that I'm going to spend some time on just because I have you right now and just because I like doing this stuff. Everything to do with membership sites and building these online communities. It's really cool stuff. I'm into it just because I like the WordPress tools and stack of tools and plugins and themes that we're using, but also because I've been a lifelong learner and a lifelong trainer slash coach slash speaker. So I've been in this whole space for a long time, and it's very, very interesting, this whole education business. There's so much growth in it. So many people are getting into it just to be authentic, share a little bit of their experiences, and hopefully be able to pass those on to other people so that they can experience them too. Now, when I'm talking about this, the one thing that has really, I've had to spend a lot of time on kind of wrapping my head around is that in as much as I started selling online courses, and that's where my particular focus was, having a training site and having a membership site is not just about courses. And even if it was about courses, which it can still be if you want to, there's a whole bunch of different strategies and things that you have to learn about to really market and get people to engage and enroll in your courses and actually learn from you. It's not enough to put together a membership site with some great content. You have to actively be involved in it. And in fact, you do have to build a community, and that's why I call them campuses. And that's irrespective if you have a course, no courses, your own courses or someone else's courses. It really is creating a group of people who are interested in the outcomes that you want to share with them, or the market that you are in and your ability to collect information in a way that makes sense to them and helps them do what they want to do or answer the questions that they need answered. So what are we going to do today? Let me just see. Have we got anyone online? I'm going to actually open it up here and we'll see. We'll see if it's actually online and if we've got anyone on there. And I'll make sure to turn the speakers off. Again, if you do have, if there is anyone on that is chatting, please let me know. Just get involved. And live chatting was turned off for this video. Oh my God, I turned it off. That's not good. Maybe I can turn it back on. I'm not sure that I can while we're doing this. Okay, if I think I turned it off by accident. I'll have to make sure I don't do that next time. If you do have questions, just send them in to support@trainingsites.io or support@teachonline.io, and I'll do my best to cover them there. Here's what I want to share with you today. There's a couple things that have happened in the background on my Pickleball Friends, which is the project we've been sharing over the last little while. And I'm going to show you that just so that you see kind of what's going on there. And we can spend a little bit of time on that site and getting involved with it so that you see some of the stuff that's happening in the background. Now, one of the things that's in a community site, of course, is we've got to be in a situation where we have constant relevant information for people to want to be able to consume. And there is a lot of information on YouTube. So what I've been doing is collecting, and remember last time, the last call I was talking about marketing a community site and how it's different than selling courses or marketing courses. One of the things that I talked about is reaching out to other people to get their content on the site. it's not just me writing the content. It's got to be content that is in fact other people's content as well. So I want to take advantage of their traffic, not only traffic I generate, but traffic the other people who are in the market already are generating. So I spent a lot of time, and I have in the past, looking through YouTube, looking through all of the different experts, coaches, other people that are involved in the YouTube universe who already have a grouping of people that are paying attention to them. And what I've started to do is collect the videos and organize the videos in a group of categories so that it makes sense to add their content. So here's, I'm going to open up ChatGPT here just so you can see how I actually changed it. And ChatGPT is kind of a great tool here because it's allowing me to leverage YouTube videos and put them in a way that allows me to take the content and give credit to the people who are creating the content, but still have it on the site. So I'm in ChatGPT. We'll go through these prompts in a second. One of the things that I'll just show you is I actually put on the posts here. You can see on the screen here, I've got in the news feed that's happening, I've got the lob 7 shots. I got around the post, which is another shot. I've got the return, and you can see that I've also got a YouTube video embedded. And if you look at this and we actually take a look and read at it, this was a YouTube video that I picked up online, and I really enjoyed it. It had some great information in it, and I wanted to share it. So what you can see is I've actually given, it is a YouTube video. I put the link into the actual YouTube video, and I've also referenced where I got it from and who the person is that created the content. So I'm not trying to take credit for it, what you normally do in something like a course site where you're the only one creating content, or at least the majority of the video content is stuff that you've created. This is a situation where I'm giving credit where credit is due. So this is one of the people that we picked out. He's got this great article, our YouTube video on the 7 must know, or 7 shots that you have to know if you're going to be playing pickleball, especially for beginners. So he put this together. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to take that information, and I could have just posted the video. That's something I could have done, but I wanted to really get a snapshot of the content in a text format that was already there or that was coming from the YouTube video. So what I did is I cheated a bit, and I went to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to write a post based on the content in the YouTube video. And there's one of the plugins that you can get with ChatGPT called VoxScript. And if you haven't done that already, I'm not going to go into that, but there is the ability to look at posts that are, or plugins or extensions that are for ChatGPT. One of them is called VoxScript, and what it does is it allows ChatGPT to look at a YouTube video and basically do a text synopsis or summary of what was in the video. So what I did is I said just up front, like I'd been asking some questions and I had some context about it, but I said create a blog post from, and I had the link to the YouTube video. And this is what it started to give me. It broke it down into separate posts for each of the sites. And when I say posts, remember these are just short article / comments or a summary on the actual content. So this video is based on 7 shots every pickleball beginner must know. And again, it's the pickleball guy. I've referenced everything that's appropriate here. So he's getting credit for it. And it asked me, it says, you know, here's the first one. Do you want to carry on? So what I did is I said, yeah, sure. So it went through and created a number of articles or content based on the 7 different shots. What I did is I said, you know what, that's great information. I'm going to continually post it as posts on the site. So it goes back and it got read more. It goes back and it takes all of the different shots, breaks them into a couple different posts, and allows me to have user-generated content as I'm starting out here from other users, but it's me posting other people's content. So I've got 4 or 5 posts that are there. And one of the other things you'll notice here is James earned 1 volley about an hour ago. And I earned a volley for publishing an activity post. That's the other thing we're going to talk about today is gamification and how this all fits together. So I had ChatGPT create the content for me, and I posted the content. And again, if you don't have it yet, you should have a ChatGPT account. I have a paid account, and I used a script called, or an extension or plugin for ChatGPT called VoxScript. And basically that's response from VoxScript. That's basically what it did, is it parsed the information from the post so that it has the ability to use it as text and output it as text. And that's what I got. So that's the first part, creating content from all of these other people. I was thinking about it, and there's a lot of different authors on YouTube that are talking about different things about pickleball. So I said, you know what? I think I better have more than one type of content, which is just about, for example, serving or types of serve or playing pickleball. So what I did a little bit later down after is I said, you know what? I asked it, I said, I'm building a community site of pickleball players and vendors who are excited by pickleball. I want to know the best strategy for posting other people's content. Now, I wasn't overly when you think about posting other people's content, it's one thing to share a post in your own personal feed. If you're going to have a strategy of using other people's content, but you're doing the posting on your site, it's kind of like what can you get away with, or what's proper and what's not proper. The last thing I want to do is get people who are other experts in the field or members of the community that are well respected, and I don't want to get in trouble with them saying, hey, so-and-so stealing your content and putting on their site. So I wanted to know what is the best strategy for using other people's content at the start when I'm the one that's doing the posting and not them as a member of the community doing the posting. So I want a little bit of help. So I said, I want to know the best strategy for posting other people's content, mostly videos from YouTube to the news feed in my community site. What's the best way to do that encourages other people to enroll as a free member? So what it did is it went through a strategy, and it actually gave me 10 points on how best to do that. The one thing, and the very first thing that was right at the start, was quality over quantity, but this is the one that kind of got me thinking a little bit further. Ensure that you have a mix of content types to cater to different segments of your audience, from beginners to pros. So it's not just about posting a certain kind of video or sharing a kind of video. We need to have people from all parts of the community, different levels of athletic prowess when it comes to pickleball, but more importantly with different interests. So, you know, these are the things that kind of jumped out at me. Content curation. So I have to curate content, not just one kind, multiple categories, and embed the videos with commentary. And that's why I allowed ChatGPT to do a summary of it so that it is a commentary to start off with from ChatGPT, but adding my additional text to it or comments. It says add your commentary or a summary. So that's where I got in with the summary. Okay. Engagement hooks, interactive elements, collaborate with content creators. So I've reached out to the pickleball guy and I said, hey, I just posted your content on my site, and said, hope you don't mind. If he does mind, I'm going to remove it. But I've reached out to him and let him know, hey, I've been sharing this. It's on our site. So that gives him the opportunity to say to his subscribers, hey, I just found out that so-and-so on my Pickleball Friends is posting our content. It's a great place to go and meet other pickleball players. Go and visit. Now, he has an interest in doing that because for him, at some point, he's going to be getting in front of other people's members and other people's subscribers to different channels, and he's going to end up growing his subscriber base. So he's interested in that. Always give credit. This is the other one that jumped out, to the content creator. If possible, reach out to them and know you've shared their content. So on that first part of the news feed, I said, this is where I got it. This is the person. This is the YouTube channel. I also included his Twitter feed and his Instagram feed so that other people can follow him. It's a community site. I have to share content, not put a paywall up or a firewall and protect content. I want to make sure that everyone sees this for the entire pickleball community. And here's the other thing that was interesting is I didn't have a group of categories to kind of organize these other than how to play pickleball. Now, if you remember correctly, when we went and I did create the site, I did have categories for the profiles. So let me just go and we'll take a look at the resources. This was the business profile that we set up. And if I go to create a business here, which anyone can do if they're a registered member, I had select the business category. And I had associations, camps and worships, clubs, communities. I had a whole grouping of them in categories. Wellness, technology, tournaments, travel, a whole bunch of them. So I went back to ChatGPT and I said, okay, you wanted diverse content or suggested diverse content. What are some of the categories I could look at YouTube so that I can bring those in and add that content to the community site? So I said, this is the prompt I gave. I said, you mentioned diverse content in your first post you suggested. I said, create a list of 20 YouTube content categories for pickleball that I should focus on. Remember that these users will be beginners and or mature pickleball players. I didn't want to focus extensively on the professionals or super experienced or younger players. It's like, who are people starting out that need to know or have a wide range of stories that they want to find out about or information about pickleball. And here's what it gave me. It gave me 20 different categories to do searches on in YouTube related to the pickleball community so that I can do a summary of them and pick those particular ones. A couple interesting ones: equipment reviews. Remember, I had a category I just mentioned. Fitness and conditioning was one that jumped out. Injury prevention, another one. Community stories. Strategies for doubles and singles. Events. Equipment maintenance, rules and regulations, mental training, and community spotlights about clubs, associations, groups. So this is the group of YouTube content categories that I'll be searching on and doing summaries. And that's going to give me the opportunity to go and leverage other people's content and get in front of their traffic in the short term as I start marketing this. So that's kind of the strategy. That's kind of the strategy we're going to start off with. That's the one we're going to be using. So pay attention to that. Let's see if it works. I'll share the results with you, give you an idea if in fact that is working. The other thing that I have set up is we do have a number of outbound emails now that we're able to use to reach out to the people that we've set up. And so that's going to be this is going to be an interesting approach, because it's not one that you traditionally take when you're marketing courses or content in courses or outcomes in courses. So I got to really get out in front of other people and share exactly what's going on in the community and share other people's content. So let me see if we got, not sure if anyone else is watching here today, which is fine. And we'll just keep on plugging along here. And again, I'll check my email just briefly. We'll go to, I'm going to go to, let's go back to the live feed here so I can actually check my email in the background. And I'm going to go and show you, will I show you? I think I'll show you. I'm going to show you something. We'll keep it like this for a second. One of the things, again, one of the other things that became really obvious for this whole community part is making sure that it's gamified. The course of the community is gamified to give an incentive to people to want to engage in the site. So I think what I'll do is, we've been going about 20 minutes. I think I have enough time. I'm just going to do it for fun because I can. As I'm actually going in the background, I am going to go, and we'll go back to the live feed, so pardon me, to the headshot here so that you can see the screen. I'm actually going to go and we'll open, I'll purchase a plugin and install it on the site, and we can go through and set it up. What is it? It's called GamePress. So I'm going to add this to the site, and some of the paid plugins, pardon me, we're going to add it to the site because it really allows me to leverage some of the other pieces of gamification that don't come in the free version, but you can you'll be able to see what we're actually adding on as we get going here. So let's see what we started off with. We'll go in the admin dashboard here. We'll take a look at the plugins that I've got installed and how I've got this set up. If you have joined the site, if you are interested in pickleball, you'll notice you get notifications that you have a point for a volley. There's some other different rewards or ways to earn points. And the idea initially was to have like a leaderboard for people who would be competitive enough to want to win or be in the leaderboard and score points to show up in the leaderboard. I did watch a couple of other people who are experts in gamification, and one of the things that became obvious to me is that in this free community, it may not necessarily be about points where it normally is for selling courses and you're giving points for completing course content or getting certain marks in course content. The community one where there's a lot of people, it's very hard to have a high score if there's 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people. You can only have, a leaderboard of so many people, and not many people would compete if they're not even close to being in the leaderboard. So I'm going to be focusing on giving something other than points or leaderboard awards for being active on the site. So we did GamePress, but what do we need to do, or how can we set that up to have it work so that people are enticed to be active on the site? So this is what we did. I'm going to open up GamePress here, and we'll just take a look at the settings. And again, this is the free version. I'm just going to go and upgrade here shortly. But we've got, right now, what have I got here? Let's do, we'll do points types just so that you can see that. There's kind of three groupings. There's points, awards, and ranks are the three kind of levels that we focus on. I wanted to create a way for points so that people are encouraged to do one thing, and that is to be really active on the site. I want to make sure that when people come on, they log on a regular basis, they start chats with other people, they, for example, are engaged in the groups, the discussions, that they make comments, that they like other things, but it's just being active in the site. The other goal that I had is I want to entice people or encourage members to invite other members. I want them to make sure that they're out and they say, hey, this is a cool site, and they let other people know that the site is there and getting them to enroll. So having said that, I wanted to also make it so that there was words or phrases or types of points that I could award that were relevant to the community. And these are some of the ones that we came up to, or I came up with. And you'll notice that we've got ATP, around the post, which was one of those 7 types of shots that we need to take a look at. A serve, a volley, a dink, and the kitchen, which is another term. So I added some of these particular names or ways to award types of points. And the reason I did them like this is that the serve and the volley are pretty straightforward ones that a beginner would learn up front. On the other hand, there's an around the post, or even the dink is a little more advanced, especially around the post. These are advanced points. So now we've got the points set up so that I can award a certain number of points for simple activities on the site, and a higher number of points for tougher activities or more frequent activities, giving those a points as a way to reward people for doing stuff on the site. So I've got a bunch of these point types here that were created, and I need to make sure that I have some achievement types. And these are the ones that we're just starting now. We've got a badge, which is, who wants a badge? There's a place for badges. We need to add some more there. And the other one is ranks. Now, ranking is already something that is in pickleball, but it's generally for play. So I had asked ChatGPT earlier to come up with some different levels of ranks that people could aspire to that relate to the pickleball community. So I've got, prodigy, pioneer, knocker, dabbler, paddler, surfer. These are ones that I have right now. We'll see what happens and add some more there. So this is the free version, but why would I want to upgrade? What are the parts of upgrading that are important? So let's just take a look and see what's going on here at GameImpress. I've got the add-ons are available for me here. I've got all add-ons. You can see in the drop-down menu, pro add-ons and free add-ons. So here's the one I'm going to go to pro, and I'm going to show you why I'm looking at adding these. The leaderboard. We didn't have a leaderboard before, so I still want one. So we'll look and we'll add the leaderboard. And the leaderboard is just that. It's a way to see a podium as to who happens to have the certain amount of points, who's got a certain amount of achievements or ranks. But we can create these leaderboards as we like and encourage people to try and get on the leaderboard, but more importantly, compete with other people that are there. And these are completely customizable, and that's something that we wanted to have. Again, if you look at these two, there's week, month, year, past week, month, year. So we can create leaderboards for challenges as we go on. It's not just a leaderboard. We can create multiple ones and have them over different time periods, which still has value, but I wanted to do a little bit more. So this one's a leaderboard, all sorts of great stuff there. That's wonderful. What are some of the other ones? Let's go back. We'll take a look again at some of the other pieces. The next one was progress and a progress map. Progress map is great to show people as they're doing their ranks, where they are in the ranks. Progress, again, how fast they get to things. Pop-ups that let people know what's going on. Notify people. Here's the one that was interesting to me, because one of the things that I wanted to do is reward people with physical pickleball products and services based on the activities on the site. And here's the one that jumped out at me, the points cards. So what I'm going to be able to do with this one is we're going to be able to award points based on either the points they've accumulated in the site or activities, achievements, ranks. We were going to be able to say, you know what, this many points is worth X number of points in the points card, and then use that card to purchase goods and services in the community. So here's what happens. Any user can use a card generator form to extract points from their points that they have. It receives an email with the code that identifies the poke card or QR cards, and user can go to any of the associated commerces to redeem their point cards. So I'm going to be able to go to Selkirk or any of the other vendors, or someone who's doing coaching, or someone that provides something else, whether it be a tournament, anything to do in the pickleball community that costs money. I'm going to be able to go to them and say, hey, do you have, can you sponsor, or do you have a product or service that would be appropriate for this type of activity on the site? And can we set it up so that I'm going to get you clients or customers coming towards you that you may not have access to because they have done certain things on the site. So any registered user can apply as a commerce. So that means that if I get one of the vendors on and have them as a sponsor on the site, we can have that set up. And also the vendors can set up the QR codes or the links or forms where people would go to cash in their rewards. A great example of this is if someone, as a vendor, they don't want to just give away some product or service. They want to be able to collect an email address or the contact details on the person that is, cashing in the rewards. So we allow to do this in terms of a redemption form. QR codes, everything is here to allow us to really take advantage of the activities again that are on the site. So that's the one that I'm excited about, is that points card to get it working. A couple other ones that are here. BuddyBoss. This one allows the notifications to be on the BuddyBoss feed of what's happening. Again, great one. Anniversaries, which is another cool one. So if someone's been on a month, a year, any kind of dating structure that we want to put together there. Time-based rewards if they've been a member for such a period. Birthdays, referrals. So we can start rewarding people for referrals, which is wonderful. And the other one that really was kind of neat was coupons. And where's that other one that I saw? Conditional emails. Oh, it's up here. Sorry. Where was that darn one? Submissions. Yeah, the reports and the front end reports. So that lets other people know what was going on. There, oh, there it is. Coupons. So as the site and we start adding products and services internally, this coupon allows us to use those based on reports. So we have merchandise. We have courses that we're creating where there actually is a cost for the course. They're not free for the community. These coupons can be based on, again, on the activities of the person that's doing it. So these are all really cool ways to take advantage of gamification for more than just points, but allowing physical products and services and kind of a cash value to be associated with it. So that's what we're going to be working on. And why don't I do this? We'll just go on. I'm going to go back to the live feed again here. And I'm going to go to the live feed just for kind of a simple reason. I don't want you to see my credit card details and all of that. But I'm going to go in here and we'll go and actually log in and we'll sign up. And I'll sign up as an actual purchaser. And we'll work that through. Let me just go and take a look at some of the tools that we have here. Now, if you haven't been to teachonline.io and registered here, we do have a resources page that has links to all these products and services. One of them, of course, is GamePress. So I'm just going to copy the link address and I'm going to open up a screen and we'll go take a look at this. And I'm going to go log in. And let's go buy something. So I'm going to go to the Access Pass, which is, remember those plugins I showed you? They were $49 each. I'm just going to buy a yearly Access Pass. They have 1, 3, and 5-year passes that are available at GamePress. They have them for one site, 5 sites, 5 sites, or unlimited sites. I'm just going to do the personal pass for one site. We're just going to use it for the mypickleballfriends.com. So I get access to all of the individual add-ons, the paid add-ons that we were looking at. But I'm also going to be able to, instead of paying for them individually, I have all of them for a single price that renews yearly. So I'm just going through the checkout process on the back end here. And this company's in Spain that created these plugins. It's kind of, no, well, it's not interesting. When you start off and you join up, the pricing is a little bit different than you might be used to. So when you sign up, just make sure that you get to the bottom of it and change the location of where you are. And that will definitely change the price that you appear to be being charged. So just make sure I'm going to put my city and postal code. And I don't live in Spain. I live in Canada. And let's take a look at the provinces. There we go. So I got that there, and it says process and I don't want to purchase with PayPal. I want to use a credit card. So let's put my credit card details in here. And the card number. There we go. Got the card number, that one's there, and let's purchase. So in the background here, I'm just purchasing the plugin. Wait for a second as that gets set up. Have a sip of coffee. Please wait. They at Game of Press, I also use PayPal as the payment gateway. You can still use your you still end up using your credit card. It's just that PayPal is the processor through the credit card. So I got that there, personal pass, my license key. So I'm just going to copy my license key here. Don't want you to see that. So we'll use that a little bit later. And products. So again, I'm just clicking down. I'm going to download some of the plugins that we have, and we'll install those just to show you what happens with those ones. Just wait a second here as the screen refreshes. So I now have one user set up for these, and I'll go back and show you what's happening in the background here, what I'm seeing. So I purchased the content. I purchased, the 1-year pass. And we've got admin emails, anniversaries, badgers is something I don't want to talk about at this point. Let's download the BuddyBoss notifications. So I'm just going to download some of the ones that I'm going to install. Put these in some of the places here. Actually, I'm just put them in downloads. We'll move them after. So that one's downloaded. We'll do birthdays. Oh, they have some medals too, which is kind of nice. Circular medals. Might as well do those ones. We'll do conditional emails based on what they're doing or not doing. Now, that can be also done with something like Fluent CRM or Active Campaign and WP Fusion, which we're using for tags, sending conditional emails. This one's built in. Let's do anniversaries too. I like that one. Admin emails, I'm not going to use yet. Let's get to the important ones. Go to the next screen here. I have a feeling this is done with either digital, Easy Digital Downloads, EDD, or WooCommerce, not sure. Looks like Easy Digital Downloads, which is the program they're using to manage these. Coupons, here's on the next page. We're going to do that. Congratulations pop-ups, I want that one. See if we got a download here. See if we can get that to download. There we go. Might as well do this one, pop-ups. Again, you don't have to install all of these. I'm just using them as a way to get started. Email died today. Keep on going. And these were in alphabetical order, so I probably will go and move through these a little bit faster for you so that you're not waiting too long. Either I have a slow internet connection or I'm too far away from Spain for these to show up. It's nice that they have some extra badges too. I didn't know that they were going to be included there, so we'll get to those. There's my leaderboards. That was the one that I wanted. We had the mark is completed. Learning icons would be a good one for courses, right? That's something we can use for courses. I'm not going to pick that one yet today. I just wanted to go and set up the leaderboard so that you could see how it works, and also in BuddyBoss. So we're going to be downloading these as we get going here. Again, you can see up on the top here we got some a little bit slow. There's the one. Points cards. I want that one. And the leaderboard. Point payouts. Hey, they got a whole bunch of additional ones here. Points type icons, progress map. We'll put a number of these ones in. Just go through and download them. See what we have on number 5 and number 6. I'll do another session on these, actually go through them individually, because there is a lot of cool stuff here. And again, picking these tools or picking the ones that you want for your campus or your community is something that you really got to think through, and which are the appropriate tools or appropriate ways that, or plugins, paid plugins and or free plugins that I need to take advantage of how I want to get it set up. Star badges, stickers, social share, we could do that too. A little bit later. Star badges, sticker icons. Man, there's a lot of icons, which is good. Icons and badges, always cool. Don't know why people like those, but community sites, I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of interest in those ones, so we'll do those. Transfer submissions, WooCommerce, partial payments, trophy icons, points gateway. That's the one we want. So this is so people can pay with points. And download is there. So we have a whole bunch. What do we need to do? Let's go back to our website now, and I'm going to go to the dashboard, and we'll go to some plugins on, actually it better be on the website, best site. Leaderboard, they need a leaderboard. So let's go first. We're in GamePress. What I need to do is, if I look on add-ons, right now I don't think I have anything installed, right? Professional Pass, All Access Pass, and it says this just goes to the actual site. So I want to make sure that I start adding these. These are the ones that are available, but I want to make sure that I start adding them. So let's go and take a look. And what I'll do, I don't want to have my, what do I don't want? I don't want to have my serial number show up. So just go to the live feed again. In the background, what I'm going to do is we'll just install one of those plugins. And I'm going to go to the admin menu. I'm just going to look at plugins. And on the plugins, what do I need to do on plugins? Rank, plugins, GamePress, WooCommerce, products. There we go. I'm going to add a new plugin. So I'm just going, again, basic WordPress, add a plugin. I'm going to upload the plugin, pick the ones that, one of the ones that I just downloaded, that I put into the downloads on my site, and make sure we have the right one. And let's do leaderboards. So we'll put the leaderboards in first. I'm going to install that one now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going through the site, and I'm just adding back a couple of these plugins that I downloaded. The first one is the leaderboard. The next one that I want to do is the coupons. So we'll do the coupons. And again, I'll just license these quickly. This is live, so it's not a opportunity to do some edits to it and gray out or block out the serial number. So I'm just going to go as fast as I can here to do this. That's another one. Progress cards. Let's do referrals. It's another one that would be good. Actually, BuddyBoss notifications. Let's do that one. So I put 3 in. I've installed them. I've uploaded them. They're not active yet, but we'll go back to the plugins and I'll activate them, and then we'll put the key in, and then we'll be able to see how that adds some functionality to the site. So we got 143 here. I'm still plugging along. Again, these are unstructured live webcasts. If you are visiting after the fact, put any questions in the comment or visit teachonline.io to learn how to do this yourself, and or visit trainingsites.io if you want us to do that for you. So what do we got here? We got GamePress, BuddyBoss notifications, GamePress coupons, GamePress leaderboards. We'll do those ones to start, and I'm just going to activate those ones. And we'll see what happens after we activate them. They're active. And if I go into the GamePress settings here, there we go. So what I've done now is installed them, I've activated them, and they actually show up in the menus now for GamePress. And we have some leaderboards. And what do we need to do? Well, let's actually do one thing first. I want to make sure that I license this properly. So there's the part that we're doing. That's the part. Let's make sure those get licensed correctly. They're getting saved in the background. There we go. We got some licenses. So actually, we'll go back. I'll show you what I'm seeing here so that it's okay. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've installed them, and you can see on the left-hand side, the Game of Press menu here, you can see that we also have leaderboards now that weren't there before. We've got coupons that are there now, and we have ones which is settings, which is, I'm hoping, the one that shows up for BuddyBoss here. So let's go take a look at the leaderboards. We're going to go back to the plugins because there was one we had a message at the top, remember? That showed up, and it was all about the leaderboards. It says, hey, you need to have leaderboards. There we go. We're all set up. Those ones are fine. So let's go create a leaderboard and see where that shows up, what happens, and where it fits in. So I got settings. Where's our Game of Press? There it is. Better check settings first. This is like when you get something from IKEA and you try and build it yourself and you don't read the manual. This is exactly what's going on here. So automatic updates, I'll do that too. Might as well turn that on. Again, if you don't do automatic update, there's a pro and con to doing automatic updates. Some people do it just because they want to have it done. The other thing is that sometimes doing automatic updates can cause problems because, for example, if WordPress updates and you've got 20 plugins that are active on your site, sometimes the plugin vendors haven't had a chance or don't do a good job of keeping the plugins up to date. So a brand new version of one plugin or a brand new version of WordPress breaks the plugins and your site goes down. So there is a pro and con to having it automatically done. I turned it on in this particular case, so we'll see what happens. Add-ons. Here's some of the add-ons. So BuddyBoss notifications. So by default, it's on. Do I want to disable it? And then it just gives me notification content. So this one is that allows people to know that it shows up in BuddyBoss in the person's feed in their profile that they have done this. So we'll just save that one. We've got achievements, which is ones that we had before. Wait for that screen to show up here. Steps. There's the steps. Notify users about the steps completed. We want to do that. Points awarded, point deducts, ranks, and rank requirements. This is all showing up now in BuddyBoss for the BuddyBoss users, which is what we wanted to do. Leaderboards. Check this option if you want to allow visitors access to the leaderboard as a page. So I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. We'll do that one. And what are the things that we want to have show up? We want to show excerpts, editor, title, thumbnail. Do we want to put a feature thing there? Leaderboard, number of users. Zeroed as all group members. Let's see what happens. Metrics to track. Let's do badges. And what kind of badges? So these are the people with, we're going to do volleys and rank taps. We can set those ones out. Let's see what happens here. I know what's supposed to happen, period. We're going to do, let's do current year. We'll do the current year and columns. Let's do select all and see what happens. Now, what should happen here is I should be able to go to the site, and if I go to visit my pickleballfriends.com, I should be able to go to courses, groups, should be able to go to leaderboard. Or leaderboards. Couldn't remember what the slug was. Leaderboards. We don't have any set up, but that's where it's going to be. Now I'm going to give you a hint here. A lot of times when you add plugins, especially community sites where you've got a lot of moving pieces, specifically with URLs. Remember that every profile has a unique URL. Lots of groups, discussions, news feeds all have unique URLs. Just make sure that when you are putting plugins in, and I haven't done it on this one, that you do go in WordPress as the administrator. You're going to go to settings and go to permalinks. In the settings menu, permalinks is the 5th one down, and just make sure that in fact you do a save change, and this will rewrite the permalinks for the site so that any of the new plugins that you created have added or cleaned up the links to those particular plugins and tools that you've just put in. So I need to go back and let's do a leaderboard because we need something there. So I'm going to go look at the plugins again, and we don't have anything in the settings. But if I go up to, where is it again? Podcasting, BuddyBoss Analytics, gamification, GamePress, sorry. I'm going to go to leaderboards, and we'll create one to start off with. What do you think we should use? Let's add a new leaderboard. Adding a new one. Give it a title. Call it most shares. And again, you can put a description here. So and we're just going to keep it at 10 and 10. Select, deselect all. We'll give it for everything on this thing just shows up. We've got the displays. We've got to use the avatar that we want in the display name. So show output. Keep all of this set for now. Cache duration is 12 hours, so they get updated. And let's publish this and see what happens. There we go. And we need to fix something, but we've got leaderboard and most shares. And here's what happens with the leaderboard. Now, I don't want all of these, so we're going to have to play around with the theme. And let's go and go back to the leaderboard and edit the leaderboard. And let's do deselect all of them. And who's got the most badges and who's got the most volleys. So these are the ones that we want to put in. And we'll do the current year. And let's go and update this and see what we get. And I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time, obviously, playing around with the formatting on these ones. I just wanted to show you that, in fact, they're there. So what's up has the most volleys. If I want to go and see that person, for example, I can go and take a look at their particular profile. You notice at the top here, I've got the most shares and how to rank. And I can create as many of these leaderboards as I want. So there's leaderboards just added, but we need a plugin for GamePress to do that. What's the other one? We'll just take a look at this quickly. Another one just for fun. We'll go take a look at the coupons and see how that one works because I don't have that one set up yet. And let's do that one. Coupons. Now this one isn't the rewards one. Actually, I might do the rewards one. It might be a little bit easier. I'll do that in another one. So we got my pickleball swag. So any of the products and services that we have for clothing, stuff that's available in our shopping cart here. And I'm just going to give that coupon swag, and we're going to give it to a group of users. So we'll say that it's user role. We're going to say it's only to, let's do subscribers can only do it, and not a set user. And coupon rewards, do they need around the post? Let's see if they do. Let's see if they do 500. As an example, we're set this up with they do 500 volleys. we're going to be able to add a reward for them. Okay, maybe they need to have some other piece here. I don't think we'll just do one for now. Close that one off. And coupon notes, end date, star date, that stuff's there. So we now have coupons, swag coupons that can be used if someone, or they get a coupon becomes available to them if they do requirements are to be, what is it, 500? Yeah, 500 volleys is what we set. So these can be set to do whatever that you need to get people going. And I will do this one here. How many more minutes? I've been going 55 minutes. I don't know how this time passes, but it does. So let's do one other one, and I'll go back to just the live feed here. Go back so that I can go and install this other plugin in the background and make sure it's licensed. So plugins, I'm just going to go to plugins. I'm in the WordPress admin. I'm going to plugins, and we're going to install that other one, which I had looked at originally, and the one that I really wanted to set up. And that plugin was conditional emails, birthdays, points cards. That's the one that I wanted. So this is the one that people can cash in their points. They can cash in the points that they've been awarded, or a certain number of points, in exchange for other products and services, either from our shopping cart or coupons or other ways for other third-party vendors to basically reward them through our site and get in front of our traffic from our site. And again, the intent of this is for us to be able to say to people, hey, introduce 100 people to the site that sign up, or get involved and do 1,000 interactions on the site, or log in 30 days in a row. Any of these kind of rules we can set up so that we're going to be able to reward them with more than showing up on the leaderboard. We're going to be able to give them some additional pieces that will be of interest to them, and hopefully entice them or get them so that they're a little more excited in being involved on the site. So in the background here, what I'm doing is I'm just going back to our cards, and I'm just going to activate the license and make sure I have the license, because I don't have it with me, but we'll go and see if it's here. I'm just going to my account, and I'm going to go, and I got rid of the license in saving the licenses. So I'm just going to go, and I'm on the GamePress site, and I'm just going to go download my license again, or at least copy my license so that I have it, and we can put it in with this last plugin, and then take a look and see how it works. Access passes. There's licenses. That's the one that I want. So I'm copying my license. Let's go back now and take a look at it again. So I'm going to place the license in. And now our access point card should be working properly. There we go. So I'll go back. We'll turn that on again. There we go. So we're going to points cards. So I'm in the admin. I'm going to go to the points cards here, and let's go take a look and see what we got here. Points cards, new build, address. Do we have any point cards? User earnings. There we go. Revoke awards. We've got some additional pieces here. Commerce is in point cards. So I've got to fill these ones out. We'll do another session on it, add a new commerce or a new way to cache stuff in. Put that one in, select a user, a commerce name, codes, pending, and status. Okay, I'll play around with these ones, and we'll show you what's happening in the future on these ones, but it's installed, it's active, it's licensed, we're ready to go with that. So this is the gist where we're at again with the site. We've got BuddyBoss and LearnDash. We've got a community built out. We just added GamePress and made it so that we can reward people physically for being involved on the site. And we've also gone and figured out how at the start to take advantage of other people's traffic on YouTube using ChatGPT and YouTube videos from the community that's existing and adding that content to the site to start building it out. So all sorts of stuff happening in the background here. Again, I'll keep on doing these and let you know what's been happening. Hey, one volleyed, published an activity post one time. I got some points there. So I'm going to keep on pushing along with this, and I'll share everything that we're doing along the way as the community is working. And the other thing that I'm just going to share with you, let me just, I have this one here. I'll open this up. I actually have my phone with me. And the one that we've talked about in the past that I've been spending or trying to spend a lot of time at, I'll put this one up as where do I have it? There we go. My face is in the way. I actually have, make sure, can you see it okay? I wonder if you can see that without the screen. There we go. A little bit better, but the app is ready. So the app is finished. All of the same content that is on the desktop is available in the app. I'm just waiting for approval from the Play Store and for Google Apps. When I get that, everything will be uploaded and ready to go. And it'll be available when it's ready. You're going to see, as an example, let me go to the Google Play Store here, and you can see what will show up. But you will actually see, there'll be a place, for example, in the Google Play Store. Here's one that we had for styled home living, but you're going to actually see the graphics that show up, and you'll be able to download an app and install it on your phone. And this really is more important than I realized it, but it was something that I have to really have some time on, is that this whole thing with pickleball is it's a very mobile friendly community, and I'm going to have to make sure that we get this right. Same idea though, YouTube videos, content, people sharing, getting involved while they're playing or getting ready to play or out shopping. Again, community, exciting community, and a huge opportunity that I'm really looking forward to playing around with. So how long have we been going? I think that's enough. It's 2:01. Been talking, chatting, covering a whole bunch of things. If you want to find out more about my pickleball project, you can go do that at mypickleballfriends.com. And if you want to find out how to build these websites, these membership sites, training sites, online courses, and communities, it's teachonline.io. That's free to join. You can get in and play around with these. If you just want us to do it, it's trainingsites.io. And more importantly, if you just want someone to talk to and find out what's possible, what works, what doesn't work, go to trainingsites.io/strategy, and we'll spend a half hour to an hour with you just kind of showing exactly what's going on and how you can become part of a great education business and really teach people how to do and have some of the experiences that you've been happening. So hope you enjoyed this. This is James Maduke speaking. Take care. We'll end this off here. I'll have to hit finish over on my Ecamm Live, and take care. Expect the best. We'll see you again next week.